Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and give my review on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, for the girls who don't know, now you will know. I am selling merch at www.rodneythavoice.com. You can get your Feeling Like a Rich Black Woman t-shirt at www.rodneythavoice.com. Baby, I got a whole collection. Okay? I got a whole collection. Baby, I'm selling pants. Girl, I'm selling shorts, hoodies, sweaters, t-shirts, tank tops, coffee mugs, tumblers, bags, you name it. Okay? She got it at www.rodneythavoice.com. Go check it out. All right? So this is Real Housewives of Atlanta again. This is girl, y'all know what season this is. Y'all know what episode. Season 14, episode 14. So it is 7:55 a.m. Candy is upset at Marlo Hampton. Candy can't even put her eyelash on. What was she trying to do? Put some lipstick on? Do her makeup? Candy couldn't even, girl, pat her face right. She was still shaking and nervous. Mad at Marlo, girl. You hear me? She had every right to be, even though, girl, we're going to talk about it. They have an 8 a.m. call. They're going to Kingston. Sanya grew up in Kingston, which is like 2 hours outside of wherever they are. Did she say they were in Montego Bay? I'm not sure, but they were driving. They were going to drive out to Kingston to go see Sanya's old neighborhood, and also they were going to go to the track. I guess the first track that Sanya ran on. All right, so Marlo says that Drew was her therapist. So the night before, they played a clip of Sanya, Marlo, and Drew talking. I'm assuming that it was after dinner. And Drew was just explaining to Marlo, that maybe she was triggered because, I guess she really didn't give she really didn't give Ralph a chance to explain. And all she heard was no, and just kind of just went off from there. Drew says that, I want my husband to adopt my child, but not if it's going to traumatize my child. It's weird to me because, and I don't remember, and I did not go back and watch last week's episode. And maybe Ralph did say it, and I just don't remember. But a lot of you got in the comment section and said that, Ralph can't adopt Josiah without the father, the biological father, signing off on the paperwork. And again, Ralph probably said that, and I just don't remember. But if he didn't, I just wish that's what he would have said. Because it sounded like Ralph, from what I remember, Ralph just was doing a whole bunch of talking instead of just nipping it in the bud and saying, look, I want to adopt Josiah, but I had a conversation with his father, and he won't sign off on the paperwork. So it just can't happen. I think that would have been the end of it, right? But here comes Drew again saying, I want my husband to adopt my child, but not if it's going to traumatize my child. How would it traumatize your child? Like, I feel like Drew is that type of person because she believes in, the traditional marriage. That girl, she just gonna stand beside her man no matter what. Because you saying that you just found out about Ralph and I guess him not adopting Josiah. But now you're saying, girl, you don't want anything that could traumatize your child. How would him adopting Josiah traumatize your child? Would it be the process? But would he really be involved in how much would he be involved in the process? Because you don't even know what's going on with that book. So, I don't know, child. When it comes to Ralph and Drew, I just feel like it's a whole bunch of this. And a lot of the things that they say, it just never really makes sense to me. It doesn't. I'm trying to figure out how this adoption or the process will traumatize Josiah. Because you just found out that he wasn't adopting Josiah. I don't know, girl. I'm going to leave it alone. Marlo apologized to Ralph. Ralph looked like he wasn't paying Marlo any attention. Kenya is late. Kenya didn't make it. Kenya frustrated me because instead of Kenya just saying, when Sanya called her and said, girl, basically, you gonna make it in 5 minutes? Kenya was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to be down there. You know you was not gonna make it down there in 5 minutes. I don't know why Kenya just didn't say, girl, y'all go ahead and pull off because I'm not gonna be down there in 5 minutes. Candy said that Kenya was a little frustrated, I guess because nobody really checked on her and nobody really checked to see if she didn't really get to eat. Girl, the first thing that popped in my head, y'all know Kenya is my girl and I'm going to stick beside her. But the first thing that popped in my mind was when Kenya had brought that 6-inch Subway sandwich. When they was at Bolo Gate. Remember when they was in South Charleston, wherever they went, when the whole Bolo, you remember when Portia was smashing the stripper and Tanya was in there eating Portia Coochie out? Allegedly. Girl, allegedly. Allegedly, girl. Well, allegedly. Let me shut up, child. But remember when all that went down and Kenya ordered that 6-inch Subway sandwich and girl, she had to split that Subway sandwich 12 different ways from Sunday? Because she wanted to be petty and not a good hostess and make sure that everybody ate. And then told them, girl, we eating later on. But now you got an attitude because did nobody check on you and see if you ate? Girl, go order you a Subway sandwich like you did, or a lobster sandwich, whatever she ordered when you was at the Bolo Gate. Anyways, that's my girl though. Don't give her too much, okay? Sanya's old neighborhood. Cute. I was confused at first because at first I was like, well, maybe she has an aunt that she just don't fool with. We all have family members, regardless if it's your mama, your daddy, your grandmama, your granddaddy, your aunt, your uncles, your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, right? That you just don't fool with. So I was like, damn, Sanya got Sanya said in the previous episode that before, the world shut down, that girl, she was coming to Jamaica 4 to 5 times a year, I believe she said. And girl, you got to go a whole aunt down here, you just don't fool with her, huh? Come to find out, it was a family friend. I was like, okay, that makes a lot more sense, I guess. So her name was Auntie Sharon. Auntie Sharon. They go, after they, go through Sanya's old neighborhood, they go to a place called Devin's House. Gorgeous property. They sell some of the best ice cream in the world. Sheree and Marlo go for a walk after they get their ice cream. I guess this is Sheree's way of holding Marlo accountable. She asks her, how does she feel about, I guess, basically like the argument that happened the night before between her and Candy and Marlo. And she also basically, I can't remember Sheree's exact words, but she said something along the lines, whenever you get mad or when you get angry, you kind of lose it, right? Or you become passionate. Your anger, some people how did she say? I forgot, girl. Sheree was trying to hold, I guess, Marlo accountable for what she said the night before. Marlo says, how in the hell did that happen? This is the thing. I try to be fair in my reviews. I do. I don't care if I like you or whatever, right? Of course, when you like people, you might not go as hard on them as you would with somebody who you don't like. But I still try to, if I see something that don't sit right with me, I'll call it out, right? Just how I felt about Kenya earlier and the whole girl, you being late, knowing damn well you weren't going to be no 5 minutes. Why didn't you just tell the people to pull off? Then you got the nerve from what Candace said to be upset about eating when, girl, last year you pulled a stunt, girl, with that 6-inch lobster sandwich, right? So it's just kind of like stuff like that. Marlo. To me, honestly speaking, Marlo ain't innocent and Candy ain't innocent. I don't give a damn what none of y'all say. I don't give a damn what none of y'all say. Marlo ain't innocent and Candy ain't innocent, okay? But Marlo, she does do a lot of... This is the thing. I don't know if... And I said this last week and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say this because I didn't say this last week. I feel like... You know how we already know how the girls get together and plan scenes. Remember? Remember even when Nene had called Peter a bitch, and it come to find out that was something that her and Cynthia really had planned before the scene, and then Cynthia got upset because she really didn't stand up for Peter the way that she should have, right? And so then even though you planned it, but now you got the backlash, now you mad. So we know these girls plan scenes all the time. I almost feel like, girl, Marlo is planning the scenes and not telling the other girls what's about to go down. And maybe that's the way you should do it, so you can get an organic, shout out to Nene, reaction. You can get a real reaction, right? But girl, Marlo, girl, you already know how Candy is about her man, her mama, and her food. So if you're gonna pull the stunts and shows, and girl, and you're not letting the girls know what's about to go down, then girl, you have to be prepared for whatever reaction that you get, right? For Marlo to be like, girl, how the hell did this happen? Girl, it happened because girl, you started talking about Candy's man. And we know how Candy feel about Todd. Even though Candy was telling us, girl, a couple of years ago that Todd, don't you sit in my face and act like you're more successful than me, girl. But that's old tea. That's old tea. That's old tea, right? Marlo, girl, you got the party started. So Candy is talking to Manetta and her husband, and Todd was there too. And did y'all see how Candy... I see stuff like this. Did y'all see how... And it made me think of Nene, when Nene was talking about how people are afraid to come after Candy, right? Well, I don't think she said... Did she say Candy's name? Or I think that everybody assumed that she was talking about Candy. I think she said Candy's name at one point. I think at first she wouldn't say Candy's name. I could be mistaken. I'm not sure. But everybody knows she was talking about Candy. Remember when Nene was basically talking about how everybody is afraid to come after Candy? This made me think of what Nene had said. When Candy was talking to Manetta, they were talking about Marlo, and she was like, you trying to come after me? And the way I took it is like, girl, you trying to come after, the girl. Like, who, girl, you trying to come after me? That's how I took it. Like, girl, like, kind of like, girl, I'm the wrong road. So maybe Candy probably does feel as, that the girls can't come after her. I don't know. Kenya arrives. Kenya gets some ice cream, then Sanya takes her around the corner to have a conversation. She basically wants to know what's going on with Kenya. Kenya explains to Sanya that Brooklyn she doesn't want to talk to her father. And she doesn't want Brooklyn to grow up. Basically she doesn't want Brooklyn to grow up without her father, not feeling love. She doesn't want to try to, she doesn't want... Listen, this is what it comes down to, girl. And this is going to sound a little bit harsh, right? But at the end of the day, these niggas be walking around here trying to act like, girl, and I get it. Some of these women do keep their children away from the fathers. We know that it's some of them out there. But girl, a lot of these niggas just don't be wanting to be bothered with their children like that. And Mark is one of them. All Kenya had to do was tell me through my TV screen that Mark hadn't, what'd she say? This was Brooklyn's first time spending the night with her father when they went to New York. How your daughter 3 years old, and this is her first time spending the night with you? So, Kenya, I get that you don't want to be that person who keeps Brooklyn away from her father. Nobody is telling you to do that. Even when Candy and Marlo, I think, had told her, girl, if you want to see her, he'll see her. If not, then girl, it is what it is, right? Nobody's telling you to keep Brooklyn away from her father, but girl, the truth of the matter is, girl, you can't make that man be in that girl's life. He's sorry. He's sorry. He's sorry. He's sorry. That's all I see. I see somebody who's sorry and I see somebody who was using their daughter as a chess piece to get to you. to piss you off. Sorry. That's the man you laid down and had a baby with, girl. Um, she tells Sanya that basically that divorce is taking a toll on her. You know, I think Kenya has tried to be positive this season. You know, tried to be fun and funny and have a good time. But girl, I do believe that Mark is causing bitch is hell on wheels. Hell on wheels. I think it's sad that Kenya tried to confide in Sanya, and the first thing Sanya does is get in the confessional and basically question, I guess, whether Kenya is really telling the truth or if she's using Mark as an excuse. Girl, you're not gonna, girl, ain't no way you gonna get me to sit here and believe that girl Sanya, girl, you know, don't know what's going on between Mark and Kenya. Girl, you seen last season or the season before, whatever. You know how that man is. So I don't know why it's hard for you to believe that Kenya is going through it with Mark Daly. Anyways, girl, they get on the bus. 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 Girl, Marlo says, Candy, Simon just brought Portia a Rolls Royce. You saw it, huh? You saw it, Candy? Huh? Candy. Marlo is psycho. Now, this is the truth. Regardless of how I feel about what went down last week between Candy and Todd, the truth of the matter is you cannot get into an argument with someone and in less than probably, girl, 10 hours later, 12 hours later, 15 hours later, you know this person is still upset because Candy ain't said nothing to you all day. And in the way that you try to break the ice is bring up girl, Simon and Portia. Because you apologized to Ralph earlier. So to me, even when Candy said, why are you talking to me? Marlo responds with, girl, you silly. Girl, you so silly. Now you fucking mad, right? This is what Marlo was saying to Candy. Candy is like, girl, well, that's okay. Don't say nothing, B. She called Candy a B. You so petty, grow up. Bitch, you grown. And so then Candy tells her, bitch, shut the fuck up. That's probably one of the, like, girl, when you say bitch shut the fuck up to somebody, that's like really like, girl, you about to get popped. Okay. That's the one before somebody start windmilling, girl. It's just weird to me that Marlo, instead of Marlo saying, when Candy said, why are you talking to me? But see, Marlo, she has a lot of work to do. Marlo should have just said, you know, Candy, I know you don't want to talk to me right now. Maybe we can talk later when we get back to Atlanta. I understand you're pissed off, upset, blah, 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 right? But no, Marlo is upset because Candy is upset, right? When the truth of the matter is, girl, see, that's Marlo really not smart like that. Because I'm sorry, and I keep saying this, and I'm gonna say it to the very end of this season. Marlo has every right to be upset, especially when she found out that Candy told Kenya her business. That's what Marlo should have used that to pick a fight with Candy if she wanted to pick a fight with Candy, you know, on TV. Anyways, Marlo's slow. But I just think that Marlo should have took a different route with that because, girl, how you gonna now Candy said, why are you talking to me? Now she all types of bitches and petty. I want to know how Marlo really did grow up. I really want to know because in real life, regardless if you feel like you're right or whatever, you're not gonna talk to anybody crazy, especially someone who is your friend. Well, not to me, bitch. I don't know how y'all do with y'all friends. Because if you talk to me crazy, I'm not going to be over it in no 24 hours. I'm not going to be over it. And girl, don't you walk up to my face acting like, girl, we sisters. Candy tells us to keep her fucking sorry. Candy is pissed. Candy pissed. Candy is pissed. Girl. Candy says it could be a whore race, and I wouldn't bet on Marlo. Can I say something? And I think right is wrong, and wrong is wrong. Some of you have said that Marlo is old tea, that Marlo keep using Candy, or saying to Candy about basically bringing up that Candy is supposed to, like, I guess Todd is broke and Candy take care of Todd, and girl, you've been saying that same thing for 10 years. Girl, quiet as it's kept, they've been saying the same thing about Marlo. We all have. We make jokes about Marlo being a hoe, selling pussy, don't nobody say nothing. Girl, Candy has literally been saying that for 10 years. She's a whore, she sell coochie, she a prostitute. The same way Marlo been saying, you take care of a nigga, you take care of your husband is a wife. Even Kenya said it this season. Even Kenya called Marlo a whore. So it's like, we can't sit here and call out Marlo for basically bringing up old tea that's 10 years old when they do the exact same thing to Marlo. That's just what it is. All right. They have Marlo and Drew have a race. Marlo wins. Bitch, at first I thought that Marlo had a BBL. Girl, Marlo is fine. I thought that Marlo took a quick trip to Dr. Kerr's and got, some of that fat. When she got that lipo, she got it injected. She got her stomach, she got her stomach put inside her booty. I said, I wonder how it feels. I asked y'all this before. How do it feel to sit on your stomach? Because I ain't never sat on my stomach before. But, I thought that from the commercial that I saw, I was like, damn, when did Marlo get all this ass? And I was thinking, did Marlo get a BBL? I think that might be Marlo's real body. Marlo got a nice body. Marlo fine. Bitch, Marlo came out of her ass out. Here go Ross talking about, what did he say? How did he say it? Marlo not playing. She crazy. No, you probably thinking, God damn, Marlo fine. Because that's what everybody else is thinking. I said, bitch, Marlo fine as hell. Marlo won the race. Drew fell after the race. I said, you got to be a clumsy helper for you to fall after the race. Girl, how you fall after the race, girl? I think the minister came, prime minister or something like that. They came. Marlo said, "Girl, let me go put some clothes. I ain't got no clothes. I ain't got no pants on." The lady here. They do the outfit commercial with Sanya and what's his name? Ross. I still don't know that man's name. I don't know that man's name. Sanya's husband. We're gonna call him Ross. Rossi. Marlo making noises all on set. Get her ass up out of here, girl. And he had girl. Ross finally, because he kept messing up with his part. He finally got the words right. And here go Marlo. Girl, what? Now they got to shoot the shit all over again. Knowing this man was already struggling trying to get the words right the first 15 times, okay? Drew tells Candy that Marlo is trying to get into Sanya's head and that she's influencing Sanya. I don't think that. I just think that Marlo is happy to be. That's the problem, right? And I think that might be the reason why I kind of have a soft spot for Marlo, because I think that we all need therapy. I do. I think some need it more than others. I think Marlo could cut the line. We could let her go ahead. For some of us, you can go, girl, because you need. I think Marlo just wants to be accepted. I really do. I think Marlo wants to be accepted, and she's happy now that Sanya is basically like her friend. Because she had a problem with it before, right? Remember, she was upset because Sanya didn't invite her to the photo shoot. She felt some type of way about it. Now Sanya, has invited her, I guess, to the outfits. Marlo just wants to be accepted. She does have, and I'm not no doctor, Some of y'all are doctors. Y'all, the real doctors, not the Instagram doctors and the YouTube doctors. The real doctors, right? Let us know. Do you think that Marlo has abandonment issues? Because I really think that she does. I think we say that a lot about the people, right? But I think that I think Kenya does, of course, but I definitely think Marlo does. Marlo has abandonment issues. She just wants to be accepted by people. And I do think in a weird, messed up way, when Marlo feels as though she's not being accepted or, she lashes out. It's weird. But she's gonna have to work. She's gonna have to work on that because that ain't how you go through life. And Marlo too old at her big ass age. I'm hoping that if Marlo comes back next season, I want Marlo to come back. I know y'all don't like Marlo. I want Marlo to come back, and I really want Marlo's storyline next season. Of course, if that's what she wants to do, to be her trying to be a better person. Because Marlo, girl, you cannot be at your big ass age going around operating like this, talking to people crazy, and then want to give them a hug 5 seconds later. Girl, what? And if that's how you were raised, it's kind of bad, sad. Anyways, girl, let's move on. I thought it was funny. All the girls were walking in front of Kenya, Manetta, Sheree's friend, Sheree, and Kenya was like, "Who ass I'm gonna look at?" Because there was a lot of ass, girl. Especially Sheree's friend. Sheree's friend has so much ass. Like my girl, that's a lot of tail. That's a lot of tail. That's old school. She by Sheree. Sheree doesn't want to call it a fashion show because she's nervous that she won't have everything together. So she's going to call it a fashion presentation. Okay. I think Sheree is trying to come out with like a line that you can sell like in Macy's and Target and, probably Nordstrom, probably, Neiman's, right? I think Sheree is trying to come out with like, and I get it, but it's also like, girl, after 10 years, if you ain't got it together, but she did say that too. If she doesn't get it together this time, then girl, it's just a no-go. She by Sheree gonna be dead. So I hope Sheree pulls it off. I hope that by the end of the season, that Sheree has her clothing line in stores, or I hope that she's prepared. We don't want no websites shutting down, Sheree. So I hope Sheree got her stuff in line, basically. They asked Ralph about his book. He reads a part of the book. Okay, girl. Sheree tells Kenya about Sanya. Now here we go. Sheree was already getting into Sanya's ass on the way to the dinner. Sanya, you could tell, was already trying to shut it down. As soon as Sheree brought it up, Sanya was like, we're not doing that. All right, y'all, let's just get into it. Sheree is telling Kenya basically about the interaction she had with Sanya on the way to the dinner. Kenya basically calls out Sanya. And she says, "Girl, I called you twice. Did you call back?" And then Sanya responds and says, "Why would I call back?" I thought that basically y'all was on y'all way, y'all already had everything situated. This is the problem that I'm having with Sanya in this moment. Sanya, I get that you have to work, and I get that this is actually a work event, and that they just, invited the Real Housewives of Atlanta cast because, girl, let's just call a thing. Girl, we want you to be our spokesperson. We want your husband to be the spokesperson. But, girl, we can also, promote this through this Bravo show where, like, a few people watch the show. So, girl, it's a win-win for us. We can get the four-time Olympic gold medalist and her husband who, has a Super Bowl ring 2 times over, right? Then we can also promote through this this nice size show on Bravo. So, girl, yes, we want you to sign up. We're going to pay you, but we also want you to bring the girls in on Bravo cameras, right? So I get that Sanya has to work. But bitch, I don't know nobody who work and don't get a break. I'm sorry. Kenya was absolutely right. Yes, girl, I expect you to call me, even with your ass at work. Because guess what? Sanya did get a break. When she sat her ass down with Marlo at the table and was talking, that was a break. And even if Sanya lost her phone, with Sanya being the host, she could have at least used Marlo's phone. Girl, Marlo, let me use your phone so I can call Kenya. Let me use your phone so I could call Sheree to see how they're doing, what happened, why didn't they come. So to me, I think it was just a load of bullshit that Sanya was using these excuses. Why would I call you back? Girl, if you're the hostess and I call you twice and your response to me is, why would I call you back? Girl, I would have been pissed. What you mean, why would you call me back? Because you're the hostess. And girl, you're inviting me to something that, girl, you're having. And girl, I'm trying to figure out the details, right? You don't know what was going on this side of the hotel. Because guess what? You didn't call us back. You didn't call me back. I think Sanya was dead ass wrong. Sorry. Why am I apologizing? So Kenya and Sheree are going back and forth with Sanya. I'm going to need Ross to sit down and shut up. And this is why I say this. I don't have a problem with men and women getting into disagreements. Even sometimes maybe even getting into an argument. It happens. I also understand, to like Heavenly's point, I know y'all like, what Heavenly got to do with this? Because I remember Dr. Heavenly from Married to Medicine used to always say men should address men and women should address women. I used to be like, girl, what? But I do kind of understand now, because things can go left real fast, right? And, you know, some of these men are a bit cray-cray and they cannot handle a lot of y'all mouths, right? So I can understand how, you know, in some situations, men need to address men, women need to address women. But I feel like in this situation, Ross should have just shut the fuck up. Because in real life, I don't hear nobody hollering. I don't hear nobody screaming. I don't hear nobody call Sanya a bitch. I don't hear nobody curse Sanya out. So there really wasn't any reason for Ross to stand up and then curse at them. Because I can guarantee you, if Kenya would have matched Ross's energy by cursing back at Ross the way that Ross cursed at them, nobody at that table would have had Kenya's back. I can guarantee you. They would have probably all been like, Kenya, stop, Kenya, stop, Kenya, be quiet, Kenya, stop. Not telling Ross, hey, Ross. Todd wouldn't have been telling Ross, hey, Ross, hey, dude, just chill out, cool down, you know, let's go for a walk. Nobody would have did that. I didn't like the way that Ross stood up and cursed at them. Because the truth of the matter is, nobody had cursed at your wife. And your wife was not in danger. Nobody was insulting your wife. It's not like, you remember on Married to Medicine when Mariah got a champagne glass or a flute and broke it against the table? Yes, at that point, Dr. Daddy had every reason to stand, because at this point, girl, what you about to do with this glass? Shank my wife? When Mariah broke that flute against the table and Dr. Daddy Damon was like, hold up. Okay, y'all, this is getting out of control. Like, you know, at that, I can understand something like that, but that was not the situation. Even with Todd getting into it with Marlo, I understood that. Because Marlo was literally sitting there talking about Todd like Todd wasn't there. So there are situations where I can understand why a man would get into it with a woman, why a man would need to step in and defend his wife. I know a lot of people will probably be like, oh, well, Kenya don't know what it feels like to have a man to protect her. Kenya don't know because Kenya ain't got no husband. Kenya ain't never protected, ain't never been protected. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Girl, Sanya was not in danger that she needed protection. Protection from what? Ross didn't have no business sending his ass up and cussing at nobody. Because again, if Kenya would have got into a tongue wrestling match with Ross, there's a good chance Kenya would have won. Then Sanya would have been pissed off. Everybody else would have been pissed off. And y'all would have been talking about Kenya for disrespecting this man. Well, the truth of the matter is, Ross disrespected them first by cursing at them. And that's just true tea. Ross, stay out of women's business. Unless Sanya is in danger, unless the bitch is over there breaking a glass against the table like she about to get cut, you ain't got no business saying nothing to nobody. After all of what I just said, girl, I'm just gonna chalk it down to, girl, this is Ross' first season. Because I think Dr. Scott did the same thing on his first season. Right? I guess they just want to protect their wives. Protect their wives from what, girl? Ain't nobody out here fighting. The bitch who liked to fight is gone. The one who liked to fight and throw porcelain across the room, she gone. Now, if she was there, then girl, you probably would have had something to worry about because she liked to pick up plates and throw them hoes across the room. Yeah, you might have to worry about something then. But the violent one, she's been gone. Now, if she come back next season, you might have to worry about something then, Ross. Okay? Rossy. All right, y'all. That's it. I'm done. I know y'all about to try to get in the comment section. Kenya don't know. Kenya ain't got no husband to protect her. Kenya this and Kenya that and Kenya that. Like I said, if Kenya would have started, if Kenya would have cursed back at Ross and bitch got the tongue tussling with him, y'all all would have been like, oh, she ain't got no business. Girl, no. Ross should have set his ass down. Sanya can handle herself. She was dead ass wrong. You ain't that goddamn busy. Everybody I know that work get a break. Either it's you get 2 15-minute breaks and a 60-minute lunch, but them people ain't had you out there just working all goddamn day long and you ain't took no break. Because again, you took a break with Marlo. And even if you lost your phone, you still had a way to get in contact with Sheree and Marlo. I mean, Sheree and Kenya, girl, via Marlo's phone. So it's just an excuse after excuse after excuse if you ask me. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all girls and boys later. Bye.